There was a time when seborrheic dermatitis on my face wasn't just a skin issue. It actually became a constant battle. From dealing with painful flare-ups to feeling frustrated with the lack of solutions, I went through it all. But through this struggle, I have discovered what triggered the seborrheic dermatitis on my face, and I found solutions that helped me heal. In today's video, I'm sharing the lessons I have learned in this journey and the steps that finally brought me relief, hoping that it would help someone. One of the biggest lessons I have learned is how much skincare ingredients actually can trigger my flare-ups. I didn't realize this until I started keeping a journal to track which products or ingredients were causing problems. I noticed that products with too many ingredients or strong fragrances often made my seborrheic dermatitis on face worse. Now I stick to gentle skincare products with minimal ingredients and no heavy fragrances. I focus on nourishing ingredients like glycerin, oat, or ceramides. Stronger stuff like lactic acid or retinol can trigger redness around my nose if I use these products more than 3 times a week. For me, the redness around the nose is a clear sign of seborrheic dermatitis flaring up. So now for exfoliation, I use mostly fruit enzymes, and instead of retinol, I use retinaldehyde because these are gentler. Believe it or not, food plays a surprising role too. I have noticed that eating a lot of sugary or processed foods make my symptoms worse. To keep things in check, I try not to eat chocolates or any sugary food. I know it's hard for me, but nowadays I'm trying to eat more anti-inflammatory foods like eggs and fruits high in vitamin C. Spicy foods surprisingly also make it worse, but honestly, cutting back on those has been tough since I love them and I haven't quit them entirely yet. As for drinks, yogurt and peppermint tea have been total game changers for me. Both have made a noticeable difference in how my skin feels and looks, honestly. Took me a long time to realize environmental factors are also a big trigger for my seborrheic dermatitis on face. For example, dry weather like winter, chilly wind, or direct sunlight can make my symptoms worse, and my skin honestly immediately starts itching, getting red, or peeling. Learned it in hard way that keeping a humidifier at my room does prevent winter flare-ups, cause humidifier adds moisture to the air and my skin likes it. And it's not about humidifier only. Staying hydrated in dry weathers, both internally and topically, also helps my skin feel less reactive. I read somewhere that dehydration can worsen inflammation in the body, and since seborrheic dermatitis involves inflammation, drinking water helps keep it in check. For my skincare in winter, I know it sounds a bit too much, don't judge me please, but I use more than 3 hydrating products, mostly toners and essences on my skin daily basis in winter, cause that is the only way to keep it hydrated. And I have to maintain it because if the skin is dehydrated, the seborrheic dermatitis flare-ups come in no time. In this journey, the most shocking revelation for me was stress causing the seborrheic dermatitis on my face. Yes, you heard it right. One time, I was under a huge stressful moment and my flare-ups came almost instantly. After that incident, I tried to keep my stress under control by doing mindful stuff like deep breathing, laughing at a comedy movie, or spending quality time with my partner. And yes, another thing, my chamomile and peppermint tea combo at night also helps to manage my stress a lot. Chamomile has been found to relax, and I can surely vouch for that, because as soon as I take that tea, I feel instant relief and my nerves just get lighter. This helped me stay calm and keep my symptoms of seborrheic dermatitis in check. But I gotta be honest, even with careful management, I occasionally encounter unexpected triggers. When that happens, I try not to panic cause it can happen, and I try to focus on soothing my skin immediately. During flare-ups, I only use minimal products like only cleanser and an eczema targeted moisturizer if needed, or if there is itching. It's hard, but I try not to itch, and sometimes I use hydrocortisone or aloe vera gel to soothe the itching. After a week or two, when the skin comes back to its normal state again, I go back to my usual routine. In my struggle with seborrheic dermatitis on face, one thing I have learned is that understanding your triggers, noting them whenever you see a flare-up, and using minimal skincare ingredients is the key to managing seborrheic dermatitis. If you are in my shoes, my message to you would be to not worry, to not panic. It's a journey and it takes time. But identifying and minimizing those triggers can actually help you keep it under control. So yes, there is hope. Meanwhile, if you're suffering with redness around nose due to seborrheic dermatitis, I have made a video about it. Maybe check it out. It will be helpful for you.